Thank you, Mr. Chair. I rise also to support Clause 11. As discussed, it seeks to create a basic standard in the form of a code of practice. This will ensure that local housing authorities have the guidance on how to deliver homelessness and homelessness prevention functions. The guidance therefore offers councils a reference to check against and to ensure that the level of service offered is that is currently the best that we see within the UK. This really speaks to the essence of what we've been talking about the last few weeks, the fact that up and down the country we are seeing services provided at a different level, and those that are deemed vulnerable and not priority need are often those that fall between the gaps and don't get the level of service that they should be getting, and that's something that we've all agreed on, and that's why this clause is so important, because it seeks to ensure that they're getting that very best level of service throughout the UK, and indeed ending that postcode lottery that is currently in existence. But in many ways, this is not just about improving and equalising the service. It is also about giving local housing authorities more guidance and more steering, and it will also replace the existing code. It will not replace the existing code of guidance. It will enable the Secretary of State and all of us to raise the standards of homelessness support service across the country, so that the minimum level of service is delivered, and that minimum level will be what is currently the best. So I think this is something that is quite an extreme achievement, really, of the bill. The crucial thing is that those local housing... Yeah.
Member for giving way. I also support the introduction of a code of guidance. Would you agree with me that the capacity of local authorities to implement good practice is not only dependent on a code of guidance, but also on the resourcing of that they need to deliver a meaningful service? And would you therefore agree with me that we wait with eager anticipation for the government's commitment to resourcing properly the funding that local authorities need to implement meaningful support for homeless people?
I thank the Honourable Member for her input. I think the entirety of this bill does depend on resource as well, and that's why it's crucial that the government have already dedicated funds and allocated it towards it. But the important thing to remember is that councils currently are offering this level of service, so if one council can do it, surely it is only right that every council should do it, and that it is also wrong that we have a postcode lottery in the UK, and that taxpayers paying the same tax up and down the country are experiencing a different level of service for one another. The crucial thing is also that stakeholders will be consulted and worked with to develop the code of practice. So this clause seeks to equalise standards as well as ensure joined up and collaborative working. I support, therefore, this clause.